So you want to take some stunning photos for your Instagram feed using only your iPhone? Keep on watching, I'm going to share with you my best tips. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name's Katie Steckly, and here I love to talk all things Instagram, YouTube, filmmaking, and freelance. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. I upload them every Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. So you might feel intimidated about posting really high quality photos on Instagram because it seems like everybody is using these amazing DSLRs or mirrorless cameras to snap their pics, but actually you can get some super high quality photos using just an iPhone if you follow these 5 easy tips. The first one is clean your lens. Now I know it might seem kind of obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people don't think of this and don't realize just how big of an impact it can have. If you think about it, if you're shooting on a DSLR, most likely you have a lens cap that you keep over your lens at all times when you're not shooting that keeps it clean so that you know you're not gonna have any smudges showing up on your pictures. However, all of us are carrying these around in our pockets or bags all the time, so of course there's gonna be smudges on the lens. So just take a second and even just use your shirt and just rub off the lens a little bit, and it's gonna make a big difference, especially if you're like touching it all the time with your grimy fingers. Number 2, remember that lighting is everything. Lighting can be the difference between this killer selfie and this subpar one. When you're taking a photo on your iPhone or really with any camera, you want to pay attention to where the light source is in the room, how you can use that to get the most flattering lighting possible, and then shoot. Normally my advice would be find a window, stand in front of it, and take your pictures from there. If you're outside, it's nice to find some even lighting, I think, but sometimes it can be cool to play with direct sunlight as well. Depends on the vibe that you're going for. All that matters though is you pay attention to your light source and you use it to your advantage. Number 3, be intentional about the angle that you're shooting from. A lot of people just pull out their phone, hold it in front of their face, and snap some pics, but really what you want to be doing is either getting low, getting high, above your subject. Just make a decision, because just pulling out your phone and holding it here, that's kind of a non-decision, right? So in order for our photos to look really artful and professional, they need to be intentional. So decide if you want to be taking a low angle or a high angle. Normally I actually find if you're taking a full body photo of a friend, you're gonna be holding your phone probably more like at waist height rather than up in front of your face. Having it a little bit lower like that is gonna extend the legs, make the body look a little bit taller. So just think about that when you're taking your photos. When you take an intentional stance of either a high or low angle or something even more unique than that, then you're making an artistic decision that is gonna be reflected in the final image rather than just pulling out your phone and snapping a quick pic. Number 4, if you have portrait mode on your phone, use that ish because it looks great. And if you don't have portrait mode, then you can use this little hack, which is open up your camera app and then zoom in just slightly, like very little, because you don't want to zoom in so much that it becomes pixelated or fuzzy. But if you zoom in just a little bit, it'll take your camera's focal length from quite wide to a little bit more zoomed in. It's gonna feel more like a portrait lens or replicate, say something like 35 or 50 millimeter on a DSLR, and that's just gonna have more of a traditional portrait look to it. Especially if you're closer to your subject, it's not going to extend the features as much, it's just gonna be a little bit more flattering. So literally zoom in like 10 to 15% and try shooting like that, because I think it might give you some surprising results. Number 5, use the manual exposure in your camera app if you need to. Sometimes I think people don't realize that you can do this, but if you tap anywhere on the screen, it'll automatically set the exposure based on the area you selected, but you can also drag up and down and it'll move the little sun icon to be a little more overexposed, a little underexposed, whatever. And so depending on the kind of look that you're going for and also the lighting conditions that you're in, it can really help to kind of manually set this. So if you're somewhere really bright and it's just looking overwhelming and your sky's blown out, try pulling down your exposure a little bit and you might get the results that you're looking for. So those are all my tips on how to take awesome photos just on your iPhone. If you are taking some pics on your iPhone and posting them on Instagram, Let me know in the comments because I'd love to check them out. I'd love to see if you are using these tips and how they're working for you. And also feel free to tag me in your posts on Instagram. I would love to check them out and leave you a comment and a like. Now that you're great at taking photos on your phone, check out this video all about how to pose for Instagram photos, and then you will really be a pro. But before you leave, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. Like I said, I post new videos every week and I wouldn't want you to miss them. As always, I hope that you are having adventures and following your dreams, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!